Good morning, guys. I think in the last session we were discussing about the uh, mole concept as well as atomic mass. Under the atomic mass, we have seen the what is mean by atomic mass, mass number, average atomic mass. All right. Generally, I think we were discussing about the average atomic mass. Right. What is mean by average atomic mass? It is the average of atomic masses of all the isotopes of an element, naturally occurring isotopes of an element. How to calculate the average atomic mass? Average atomic mass is basically calculated from it is the summation of product of percentage of abundance and atomic mass of all the isotopes of element upon 100, right? This is a general formula to calculate average atomic mass, where what is I? It is the percentage abundance or occurrence, and what is I? It is the atomic mass of isotopes, atomic mass of all isotopes. Or otherwise, we have also given, if you assume an element exists in two isotopes, we can also write it in the form of m into A plus n into B upon m plus n, where m and n are what are the percentage of abundance of A and B respectively. And what about A and B? A and B are atomic masses of element, isotopes. I think we have seen the examples of boron as well as chlorine in the last class. The other type of, by giving the type of questions that you get in the examination regarding this average atomic mass is that generally you may be given percentage abundance of isotopes as well as their atomic masses. You may be asked to calculate their average atomic mass that we have seen in the last class, right? The calculation of average atomic mass of boron as well as calculation of average atomic mass of chlorine we have discussed in the last class. What is another way of asking questions from this average atomic mass is that sometimes by giving atomic masses of isotopes as well as average atomic mass, you may be asked to calculate the percentage abundance of each isotopes, right? This is another way of asking questions from the average concept of average atomic mass. Now let us discuss this with an example. Let us have a question here. An element has two isotopes with atomic masses 470 and 600, and the average atomic mass of the element is 496. Then find out the percentage abundance of isotopes. Here he has given the atomic masses of isotopes as well as average atomic mass of the element is also given, right? Asking us to calculate the percentage abundance, right? What is talking? Let us assume an element A which exists in two isotopes I1 and I2, and what are the atomic masses given? It is given 470, it is given 600, right? And what is the average atomic mass he has given? Average atomic mass is given 496, right? Asking us to find out the percentage abundance of first element as well as percentage abundance of second isotopes. Is asking the percentage abundance of both the isotopes. How to find out? By using this formula you can calculate. What is the formula? Average atomic mass is equal to, what is this? Here, percentage abundance of one element into atomic mass of other element, the same isotope, and percentage of abundance of other isotope into atomic mass of that isotope upon m plus n. Now let us assume the percentage abundance of, we don't know about the percentage abundance of first isotope as well as second isotopes. Now suppose if we assume the percentage abundance of first isotope X, then what about the percentage abundance of second? It will be 100 minus X. The total abundance of element will be 100%. So what we, by putting the data, you can calculate this percentage abundance. What is the average atomic mass given? 496. And what is the percentage abundance of first element, first isotope? Let us assume it as X. And what is the atomic mass of this first isotope? The first isotope is having an atomic mass of 470. What becomes 470 plus. What is the percentage abundance of second isotope? It is 100 minus X. And what is the atomic mass of second isotope? It is given 600. Right? Upon 100 it is. Are you getting this? This is one of the way of doing. On simplification, you will get the value of X, so that you will get the percentage of the first isotope, and from that, if you subtract the 6 from 100, you will get the percentage of the second isotope. This is a lengthy process. If you go like this, there is a shortcut to calculate. It takes so much of time doing all this calculation and simplification. There is a shortcut way to calculate this percentage abundance when average atomic mass is given along with the atomic mass of isotopes. The shortcut is that here, suppose if you want to find out the percentage abundance of second isotope, if you want the percentage, the average percent abundance of the second isotope, the percent abundance of the second isotope is equal to, right, take the difference of average atomic weight as well as the atomic weight of the other isotope. If you want to calculate the percentage abundance of the second isotope or second isotope, you want to take the difference of average atomic mass and atomic mass of the first isotope. For that, you just take the difference. So what we take mod of average atomic mass and minus what is this atomic mass of first isotope upon mod of atomic mass of second isotope minus atomic mass of first isotope into 100. This is the formula to calculate. This is called number line method. By this you have to take the difference of, right, what are the percentage abundance, what are the isotopes for which you want to calculate the percentage abundance. In order to calculate that, you have to take the difference of average atomic mass and the atomic mass of the other isotope, right, and upon what is this, you have to take the difference of atomic masses of both the isotopes and multiply by 100, you will get the percentage. So if you put this data, suppose if you want the percentage abundance of second isotope, and here what is the average atomic mass given? Average atomic mass is given 496 minus what is this 470 upon, and what is the atomic mass of the first second element, which is given 600, and what is the atomic mass of the first isotope is given 470 into 100. Right? Now on simplification is what you get here, you get 26 upon, and how much it comes? This comes 130 into 100. On simplification, how much we get? You get 20%. What is the percentage abundance of the second isotope? It has come to how much it is? 20%. If it has come 20%, what about the percentage abundance of first isotope? It will be 100 minus percentage abundance of what is this? Second. So how much it comes? 100 minus 20, which comes to be 80%. This is how you can calculate the percentage abundance of the different isotopes of an element when average atomic mass is given. Right? From this concept of also so many questions can be framed, which we will discuss while having the discussion of objective questions. Remember this formula, right? Here you have to take the difference, right? So difference of the average atomic mass and the other isotope atomic mass, and the difference of the atomic mass of the both the isotopes, right? Hope it is clear so far. Right? Now, after this we will discuss about methods of determination of atomic weight or atomic mass. Right? There are some experimental methods from which we can determine the atomic mass of an element. Right? The first method we can discuss is that Victor-Mayer method. Victor-Mayer method. In this method, generally what we do is, according to this method, atomic weight is equal to equivalent weight into valence. Right? Here, what is meant by equivalent weight? Equivalent weight means, right, the concept of equivalent weight we are going to discuss in the next concept. That is, generally, whenever there is a chemical reaction, all the substances generally participate in the simple ratio of their equivalent masses in the chemical reaction. Generally, how to calculate this equivalent weight? Equivalent of weight of a substance generally is equal to its molar mass upon n factor. N factor is nothing but, suppose if you are talking about an acid, that will be basicity. If you are talking about a base, that will be an acidity, which we will discuss in the next concept. Right? And this is called equivalent weight. And what about valence? Valence is nothing but binding capacity. How many bonds it can form? Right? So when you know the equivalent weight as well as the valency of an element, you can calculate the atomic weight of that particular element. Right? This is the first method from which we can calculate the atomic mass or atomic weight. Now the second method is called as specific heat method. Specific heat method. It is also called Coulomb-Heat methods. Right? According to this, atomic weight is generally the product of atomic weight and specific heat is equal to 6.4. Right? From this also you can calculate. Right? From this what it comes, atomic weight will be equal to, right, specific heat of what is this? Atomic weight will be equal to 6.4 upon specific heat. Right? Here where you need to understand what is meant by specific heat. The specific heat is actually a thermodynamical term. This means it is the amount of heat required to raise the temperature of 1 gram of substance by 1 degree Celsius. The amount of heat required by 1 gram of substance to raise its temperature by 1 degree Celsius is called as specific heat. Right? If you calculate the specific heat of a substance, you can calculate the atomic weight of the substance. This is another method of determination of atomic weight of a particular element. There is another method which is called average atomic mass. From the concept of average atomic mass also you can determine the atomic weight. What is the concept of average atomic mass? It is basically calculated. It is the summation of product of percentage abundance of all the isotopes into that atomic masses of all the isotopes. That is I into AI upon 100. If you know the atomic masses and percentage abundances, you can determine the atomic mass of a given element. Right? There is another method which is called as fourth method. It is called from atomicity. If you know the atomicity, from atomicity also you can calculate the atomic weight. It is basically applicable for in case of homoatomic molecules. What is meant by homoatomic? Molecules which are made by only one type of atoms. They are called as homoatomic molecule. Right? Atomic weight will be equal to molecular mass upon atomicity. What is meant by atomicity? This atomicity gives us, it is nothing but number of atoms in a molecule. A molecule is made by how many atoms? It's basically expressed in terms of atomicity. Suppose if a molecule is made by 2 atoms, its atomicity will be 2. If a molecule is made by 3 atoms, its atomicity will be 3. If a molecule is made by 4 atoms, its atomicity will be 4 like this. Right? If you know the molar mass, basically this is applicable for only homoatomic molecules. Homoatomic molecule is this type of molecules, O3. It is also made by only one type of atoms, otherwise P4 or otherwise Si2. Right? You cannot apply this concept for these heteroatomic molecules. Heteroatomic molecules means molecules made up of different atoms are called as heteroatomic molecules. But in case of homoatomic molecule, by the concept of atomicity, you can find out the atomic weight. These are the different experimental methods that we use to determine the atomic masses of different elements. Hope it is clear so far. Let us discuss about the molecular mass. Molecular mass. Molecular mass is basically, in general, if you want to say, molecular mass is the sum of the atomic masses of all the elements that are present in one molecule of a compound. Right? Nothing but formula mass. It is also be called as formula mass. Right? It is the mass of all the atoms that are present in one molecule of a substance is called as molecular mass. In generally say, in terms of defining it, is generally defined as molecular mass is the number which indicates that how many times of a molecule is heavier than 1/12 part of mass of one carbon atom. Right? This is actually definition of the molecular mass. Right? What is it? It is a number which indicates how many times of a molecule, is heavier than 1/12 part of mass of carbon atom of C2 isotope. Otherwise, what we can say is the sum of the atomic masses of all the atoms present in one molecule of a compound. Right? Of one molecule of any substance. Basically, they express molecular mass in 2 ways. Molecular mass is expressed in 2 ways. Either it can be expressed in atomic units, or more generally, it will be expressed in unified mass units, or otherwise grams. Right? Generally, mass of molecular mass of one molecule is expressed in unified units, whereas molecular mass of one mole of molecules is expressed in generally grams. Right? That is, generally, suppose if you are talking about hydrogen molecule, if you say it is 2 unified mass units, that means you are talking about the mass of one hydrogen molecule. If you say it has 2 grams, you are talking about the mass of 1 mole of hydrogen molecules. In the similar manner, if you are talking about oxygen, if you can express 32U or 32 grams. When you express 32U, you are talking about the molecular mass of one molecule of oxygen. When you express 32 grams, you are talking about the mass of 1 mole of oxygen molecule. Right? This mass of 1 mole of any molecule expressed in grams is generally called as gram molecular mass. What do you call it as? Gram molecular mass and it is also called gram molecule. What we call it as gram molecule. What is mean by gram molecule? Mass of 1 mole of molecules of a substance or molecular mass expressed in grams is known as gram molecular mass or gram molar mass. We also call, what do you call it as gram molar mass, right? For example, if you want to see the molecular masses of different molecules, oxygen is having what is the molar mass of oxygen? 2 grams. What is the molar mass of nitrogen? 28 grams. We know that molecular atomic mass of nitrogen is 14, and how many atoms are there? 2 atoms. 2 atoms together will be how much? 28. So 28 grams will be the molecular mass of nitrogen. A similar one, oxygen will be 32 grams, right? Fluorine will be 38 grams, like this. But if you are talking about neon is a monoatomic molecule. Its molecular mass and atomic mass will be 20 grams only, because it is a monoatomic molecule. Or otherwise, these are all homo, right? If you are talking about ozone will be how many oxygen atoms are there? 3 oxygen atoms are there. That means, what is the atomic mass of one oxygen atom? 16 3s are 48 grams. These are all homoatomic molecules. If you are talking about the heteroatomic molecule, for example, water, right? What is the molar mass of water? Right? How many atoms of hydrogen and how many atoms of oxygen are there? 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen. Together, how much it will be? It will be 18 grams. Suppose we are talking about ammonia, how much it is? 14 plus 3 will be 17 grams. If you are talking about carbon dioxide, how much it is? 12 plus 32, how much it comes? 44 grams. Suppose if you are talking about carbon monoxide, how much it comes? 12 plus 60, 28 grams. Like this. Suppose if you are talking about methane, how much it is? 12 plus 4, 16 grams. Suppose if you are talking about sulfur dioxide, 32 plus 32, how much it comes? 64 grams. These are the some gram molecular masses of different molecules. Like this, you can calculate the molecular mass of any substance. Suppose if I give calcium carbonate, it will be how much it is? 40 plus 12 plus 48, it comes to be 100 grams, right? Now, let us see how to calculate the number of gram molecules. Number of gram molecules. It is nothing but number of moles. Number of gram molecules is nothing but number of moles. It is mass of the substance in grams upon gram molecular mass. What is this? Gram molecular mass, right? In other words, you can also say this is nothing but number of moles. It is, right? Now, don't confuse with number of gram molecules or number of moles. 1 gram molecule is always equal to 1 mole of substance, and the mass of this 1 mole of substance will be equal to molecular mass, right? Now, number of molecules is equal to number of gram molecules into Avogadro number. What is this? Avogadro number. Right? This is the first thing you can ask. This is the second thing you can ask. And what about the third one? Number of atoms, number of atoms in a molecule. This is generally calculated from atomicity into number of gram molecules into Avogadro number. Are you getting this? You may also ask several things such as number of if it is a homoatomic molecule, directly you may ask how many atoms are there. If it is an heteroatomic molecule, specifically you may ask about the different type of atoms. Now let us see some examples. Suppose if you are talking about an example, calculate number of gram molecules and the number of molecules and number of atoms in the following substances. Let us take the first substance as, let us take 36 grams of water. Calculate number of gram molecules in 36 grams of water. Right? What is the formula? Number of gram molecules is equal to molecular mass of the substance in grams upon gram molecular mass. What is the mass given? 32 grams. And what is the gram molecular mass of water? We just have seen. That is how much it is? 18 grams. So what is the number of gram molecules? It will be 2 gram molecules, nothing but 2 moles. In nothing but you are calculating number of moles. What is the formula to calculate the number of moles? Mass of the substance in grams upon the molar mass of the substance. Now, what is the second thing is asking? Number of molecules. Number of molecules in 36 grams of water. Right? What is the formula? Number of gram molecules in the Avogadro number. What is the number of gram molecule? 2. And what is Avogadro number? I am taking here for the simplicity 16 to 10 power 23. What is Avogadro number? 6.02 into 10 power 23. In calculation you can take approximate values such as 6. How much it comes? 12 into 10 power 23 molecules. Right? Suppose if I ask number of atoms in 36 grams of water. How to calculate it? If you want to calculate the number of atoms, you know atomicity. What is atomicity? Atomicity tells us with how many atoms of molecule is formed. One molecule of water contains 3 atoms. What are the 3 atoms? 2 are hydrogen atoms and 1 is oxygen atom. So what is being asked? We have been asked total number of atoms. So what do you have to do? Atomicity into number of gram molecules into, right? Avogadro number. What is atomicity? Atomicity is 3. And what is the number of gram molecules? 2 into Avogadro number. How much it comes? It comes to be equal to, right, 6 into 6, 36 into 10 power 23. Right? You may also ask, right, how many moles of atom? How many moles of atom? Simply, it will be 6 moles of atom. Are you getting this? Or from this you can also ask one more question. How many number of hydrogen atoms are present and how many number of oxygen atoms are present? Suppose if you want to calculate the number of hydrogen atoms, what is the formula to calculate the number of hydrogen atoms? Right? One molecule of water contains how many hydrogen atoms? 2 hydrogen atoms. So, number of hydrogen atoms in one molecule of water into, what is this? Number of gram molecules into Avogadro number. So, 2 into how many number of gram molecules? 2. And what is Avogadro number? 6 into 10 power 20. So, number of oxygen atoms will come to be how much? Right? It will be 24 into 10 power 23. Are you getting this? Right? Like this you can calculate. Right. How many oxygen atoms are there in one molecule of water? 1 into how many number of gram atoms? 2 into 6 into 10 power 2. How much it comes? 12 into 10 power. Like this, you may also ask to calculate about number of electrons in 32 grams of water or number of protons in 36 grams of water. Several things can be asked. Suppose if it is about the number of electrons in 36 grams of water, what do you do? If you are asked to calculate about number of electrons. So basically, if you want to calculate the number of electrons in 36 grams of water, with this example only we will see what are the different types of possibilities of asking. Number of electrons in 36 grams of water will be, first of all you should know how many electrons are there in one molecule of water. How many electrons are there in one molecule of water? See, 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. We know that 1 oxygen atom consists how many electrons? How many electrons? Its atomic number 8. And 1 hydrogen atom contains how many electrons? 2. 1 electron. How many hydrogen atoms are there? 2. So number of electrons, if you want to calculate number of electrons in 36 grams of water, first of all you should know number of electrons in one molecule of water. Number of electrons in one molecule of water is homogeneous. 2 plus 8 will be 10. So if you want to calculate number of electrons in 36 grams of water, right, this will be equal to 10 into number of gram molecules. What is this? Number of gram molecules into Avogadro number. We have already calculated the number of gram molecules. How many number of gram molecules are there? 2. And what is Avogadro number? So how much it comes? It comes to 26 are 120 into 10 power 23. This many number of electrons are generally present. Like this, you may also ask to calculate about number of protons as well as number of neutrons. Like this, any number of questions can be framed out of this concept. Right? If you are born doing like this, you can do so many calculations like this, number of neutrons, number of protons, and like that. Okay, hope it is clear so far. You just have to get the idea how the questions can be framed out of it. Second example, let us take calculate the number of gram molecules, number of molecules and number of atoms in 32 grams of methane. What is this? 32 grams of CH4. How to calculate the number of gram molecules? Number of gram molecules. What is the formula? Mass of the substance in grams upon molar mass. What is the mass given? 32 grams. And what is the molar mass of methane? 1 atom of carbon, 4 atoms of hydrogen. That means 1 atom of carbon is 12 and 4 atoms of hydrogen 4. That means total 60 grams. So much it comes like this. From this you can calculate the number of molecules also. How many molecules it will come? Number of gram atoms in. What is this? Avogadro number. How much it comes? 2 and 8 comes. That if it is about number of molecules, sorry, number of atoms, how to calculate the number of atoms? What is atomicity? 5. Atomicity 5 into number of gram atoms and Avogadro number. How much it comes? 10 Avogadro number. Are you getting it? This is how you have to calculate it. What is this? Either number of gram atoms or number of molecules or number of atoms or number of electrons or number of protons or number of... See, this type of questions we will see further also. And one more important aspect is that average molecular mass. Let us discuss about the average molecular mass. This is also an important concept of mole concept. Average molecular see what is mean by average molecular mass. It is generally applicable for gases only. Mostly for gases, we will calculate the average molecular masses. Mixture of gases having generally for them molecular mass is expressed in terms of average molecular mass. Right? It is the mass, molecular mass of 1 mole of mixture, 1 mole of mixture having more than one substance or gases we see. Generally for it is used, it is applied for gases mixture. For whom it is applied? Gases mixture generally applied. So in case of gases mixture, average molecular mass, the concept of average molecular mass applied for gases, right? It is generally equal to total mass of mixture, right? Total number of moles, total number of moles of mixture. That means average molecular mass is equal to summation of, what is this? What is the mass? How can you calculate from the mole concept? We know that number of moles will be equal to mass upon molar mass. Right? If you want the mass, what it will be? It will be a product of number of moles into molar mass. That means it is a summation of number of product of number of moles and molar mass of all the gases upon, what is this? Number of moles, right? Number of moles, right? Now, for example, if you have a question, calculate the average molecular mass of equimolar mixture of H2 and CH2, that is hydrogen gas and methane gas. Calculate the average molecular mass of mixture containing H2 gas as well as methane gas. What is mean by equimolar mixture? That means mixture having equal moles of both the substances. The mixture having equal moles of all the gases will be called as equimolar mixture. So, if you want to calculate the average molecular mass, what do you need? The total mass and total number of moles are equal. And what are the gases given? The given gases are two gases, hydrogen gas as well as methane gas. Now, if you are talking about number of moles, how many moles is said? Equimolar. What are the moles of hydrogen gas is there? The same number of moles of methane gas is there. Let us assume the number of moles are n. So, if n moles of hydrogen gas is there, as it is equimolar mixture, n moles of methane gas must be present. Then only we call it as equimolar. The same can be anything, 1 mole or 2 mole. Right? If 2 moles of hydrogen gas is there, 2 moles of methane gas must be there. Then only such a mixture is called as equimolar mixture. Right? And what about the mass? Generally, we know that mass is equal to product of number of moles and molar mass. What is the molar mass of hydrogen? 2. Then what will be the mass? 12. And what is the molar mass of methane? 16. So what will be the mass of n moles of methane gas? 16 into 2. Right? From this, total number of moles are how many? 12. Right? Total mass will be what is? 88. Right? Now, if you are talking about average molar mass will be equal to total mass, that is 18 upon, what is this? Total number of moles 12. So how much it comes? N and gets cancelled. The average molecular mass of equimolar mixture of hydrogen and methane gas is how much it is? It is of 9. Generally, the average molecular mass lies between the molecular masses of both the gases. This is a gas which is having lowest molecular mass 2. This is a gas which is having highest molecular mass 16. So the average molecular mass of this particular mixture should be greater than 2 as well as, and it should be less than 60. It should be in between the molecular mass of the lowest molecular mass gas and highest molecular mass gas. Here the lowest molecular mass is hydrogen and highest molecular mass is methane. So the average molecular mass must lie in between the lowest and highest. Right? Hope it is clear so far.